Hello and welcome on the Watches TV, and today we will talk about the new Gravity collection recently launched by Armin Strom, a collection with a new design approach, but also featuring a very interesting mechanical development when it comes to how energy is stored and freed.
The new collection System 78 actually combines all our knowledge, everything we learned, we went through the last 10 years in a completely new collection.
System 78 is a completely new design concept. It's inspired by Bauhaus design. It's inspired by form follows function. So it's a very clear design philosophy, and therefore we had to really redesign the whole watch.
First time for us that we make a 41 diameter case, so it's a smaller case. We have slimmer bezel, smaller locks. The lip, which is almost the DNA of the case, is there, but it's reduced. So the focus is even more on the aesthetics of the movement. The micro rotor in the front, three very prominent bridges in the front. You can see our special equal force barrel.
But the whole concept of the watch is to have this three-dimensional look, which belongs to our skeletonizing DNA. So we want to have, I think, the three-dimensional effects on Armin Strom watches are very important to really dive into the movement, to dive into what's happening inside of the watch case. So we wanted to have less things going on, but with clear lines, with a clear function. The bezel is completely reduced, so it really, the movement is even more exposed than on the standard Armin Strom. We have open worked locks, which do fit the size of this small bezel. So resonance showed us that an off-center plain dial is easier for time reading than the classic skeletonized open worked dial rings, because you have like a small time display on your watch instead of having an open worked watch, which makes time reading much easier.
So let's now try to understand together how this new barrel works.
The barrel is actually called an equal force barrel. The equal force barrel is regulating the torque going to the gear train. The biggest challenge for us was to declutch the Maltese cross once the automatic barrel is fully wound and the automatic mainspring is starting to slip in the barrel. A classic Maltese cross is actually the power line of a barrel. Actually, the Maltese cross is cutting the lower and the upper section of the energy which goes to the gear train. So the concrete advantage for the wearer is that from zero, that means when he starts to wind up the watch, we are automatically in the perfect power range. So we do not have this lower section. As soon as the wearer starts to wear the watch, we are in the optimum range. We have a perfect amplitude and we have a perfect timekeeping guaranteed from the beginning. The biggest issues we had was to go, once the barrel is fully wound, to guarantee the slip of the mainspring. So we have actually invented a new Maltese cross with a declutch mechanism at the end.
Really interesting about Armin Strom is that even though we are talking about a rather small company, well, they have basically all what it takes to do everything in-house, a real serious setup.
The Gravity Equal Force is made out of 202 components. We have several different CNC machines. We do our own gear train, we do our own screws, we do our own main plate, bridges, small parts for the hand winding, for the time setting. Movement-wise, 98% of the parts are made in-house. We do celebrate our 10th anniversary of the manufacturing, and since 10 years now, we are able to do all those parts. So we can really take benefit out of this small quick infrastructure. The things we don't do are the jewels, we don't do the mainspring, and we are not doing the hairspring. All the other parts are made in-house. The movement is completely transparent in our watches. To have the movement becoming part of the dial, becoming part of the design of the watch, it's very important to have a very high level finishing on the watch components. And such a finishing can only be done by hand. We do hand beveling, we do perlage, we do Geneva stripes, we do matte finishing, mirror polishing. So all the classic decorations are mixed in a more contemporary way. All the parts are completely hand finished in-house.
We try to make watches from top haute horlogerie to also more accessible watches in terms of pricing. And with 16,900, I think we reached a product as an independent brand for attractive in a very attractive range. At the moment, talking about the configurators is something we came up probably 4 or 5 years ago, where we can online actually configure certain watches, certain details of watches, colors. With this particular models, at the moment we offer 6 versions, color combinations. In stainless steel, there's definitely a rose gold case following very soon. And then if we give the option to the customer to choose PVD colors and dials and straps, this is something for the future we're most likely going to plan. The new collection, System 70A's collection, should be the base of the pyramid. It's going to be a very important collection for the brand.
Okay, this is it. Hope you enjoyed the show. And if you want to know more about this brand, Armin Strom, well, I clearly invite you to check out one of those cool walkthrough videos we did about them a couple of years ago. So all the very best to you. See you real soon, and viva watchmaking!